A suburban street lies silent, cloaked in the night's embrace. The Thompson house stands eerily still, a silent sentinel in the darkness. Detective Miller and Detective Davis arrive, their expressions grave under the dim light. The Thompson house is eerily pristine, a facade of perfection masking hidden truths. A half-finished dinner sits untouched, a silent testament to an interrupted life. Detective Miller's eyes narrow, drawn to a jarring imperfection. A single, smudged lipstick mark on a coffee cup. In the sterile interview room, Detective Miller faces Mark, Jessica's husband, whose grief seems overshadowed by unease. Mark's red-rimmed eyes and evasive answers deepen the suspicion. His fidgeting hands betray a hidden truth, each movement a silent confession. He avoids eye contact, a clear sign of deception. In the stark interview room, Detective Davis faces Sarah, the fluorescent lights casting a harsh glow. Sarah nervously shifts, her eyes betraying her unease. Davis begins gently. "Sarah, thank you for coming in. I know this must be difficult." Sarah responds, her voice tinged with sorrow. "Of course. Jessica was my best friend. I want to help in any way I can." Davis presses, his gaze unwavering. "Jessica confided in you, didn't she? About her marriage, about anything unusual?" Sarah hesitates, then reveals. "Yes. Things weren't good with Mark. They'd been fighting a lot." She continues, her voice dropping to a whisper. "And she told me about someone. A man." Sarah reveals the threat. She wouldn't say who he was, but she said he was threatening her. In the dimly lit room, shadows dance ominously, setting the stage for a confrontation. Jessica's hands clench into fists, her knuckles white with suppressed anger. Mark's shoulders slump slightly, his posture betraying his inner weariness. The air crackles with unspoken accusations, each glance a silent indictment. Jessica's chest rises and falls rapidly, her breath catching in her throat. Mark's hands tremble slightly, his composure beginning to unravel. The shadows deepen, enveloping the room in an atmosphere of impending doom. Jessica's lips part slightly, as if she is about to unleash a torrent of pent-up emotions. Mark's eyes dart around the room, searching for an escape from the suffocating tension. The silence stretches, amplifying the weight of their shared history and unresolved conflicts. Jessica's gaze hardens, her eyes narrowing into slits of cold determination. Jessica and Mark stand frozen, their bodies radiating palpable tension. Mark's shoulders tense, his body bracing for the inevitable confrontation. The air thickens with unspoken threats, each breath a silent challenge. Jessica's hand slowly rises, her fingers twitching as she prepares to strike. Mark's body tenses, his muscles coiling as he prepares to defend himself. The room holds its breath, anticipating the explosion of pent-up emotions. Mark stands rigidly, facing Jessica, his posture mirroring her inner turmoil. A fallen lamp lies on the floor, a silent witness to the struggle. The picture frame hangs askew on the wall, a symbol of their fractured bond. Unspoken words hang heavy in the air, thickening the atmosphere of their shared history. Jessica's eyes narrow, her gaze piercing through Mark's facade. Mark's jaw tightens, his expression hardening as he meets Jessica's gaze. The remnants of a struggle linger, casting a dark shadow over their reunion. Under the bar's neon glare, Jessica meets Victor in a shadowy alley, their hushed tones painting a scene of palpable tension. Jessica's eyes dart around the alley, betraying her unease as Victor leans in closer, his intentions unclear. The bar's music faintly drifts into the alley, a stark contrast to the tense silence enveloping Jessica and Victor. Victor's hand gestures emphasize his words, each movement adding to the growing sense of danger for Jessica. The alleyway's darkness seems to conspire with Victor, amplifying the threat he poses to Jessica. Jessica's breath hitches as Victor reveals his final demand, the neon light casting harsh shadows on her face. The alleyway silence is broken only by their hushed exchange, each word a step deeper into the unknown. Victor's eyes glint in the neon light, revealing a hint of malice as he watches Jessica's reaction. The alleyway feels like a trap closing in on Jessica, with Victor as the spider at its center. Jessica's shoulders slump slightly, betraying her resignation as she agrees to Victor's terms. The neon sign flickers one last time, casting a final, ominous glow on their clandestine meeting before fading into darkness. The neon sign flickers, casting an eerie glow on their clandestine meeting, hinting at the danger lurking beneath the surface. Victor's shadow stretches long as he turns to leave, leaving Jessica alone in the dimly lit alleyway. Jessica stands alone, the weight of her decision settling heavily as the alleyway returns to silence. The neon sign buzzes quietly, a lonely sentinel watching over Jessica's despair in the deserted alley. The alleyway's darkness deepens, swallowing Jessica's figure as she disappears into the shadows, her fate sealed. The echoes of their meeting linger in the alley, a haunting reminder of the danger that now surrounds Jessica. Whispers fill the air as Jessica and Victor huddle closer, their secretive exchange heightening the sense of foreboding. The alleyway seems to hold its breath as Jessica and Victor finalize their shadowy deal, the air thick with unspoken threats. The neon sign buzzes overhead, its garish light reflecting off Jessica's worried face as she listens intently to Victor. Victor's silhouette looms over Jessica, his words weaving a web of intrigue and peril in the dimly lit alley. The alleyway's shadows deepen as Jessica nods, sealing her fate with Victor in this clandestine encounter. Each whispered word hangs heavy in the air, promising consequences that echo in the surrounding darkness. The neon light pulses, mirroring the nervous energy between Jessica and Victor as their meeting reaches its climax. Under harsh fluorescent lights, detectives meticulously examine forensic reports. The air is thick with anticipation. A trace of an unknown substance found in Jessica's car is revealed in the report. In the heart of the police station, detectives delve into Jessica's digital life, their every move promising revelation. The digital forest yields its secrets, one by one, revealing a web of deceit and hidden agendas. The detectives work tirelessly, driven by a relentless pursuit of justice. The police station buzzes with activity, the air thick with anticipation and determination. The truth is within reach, a tantalizing prize for those who dare to seek it. The detectives close in, the net tightening around Jessica's carefully constructed facade. The digital footprint leads to a shocking revelation, a truth that will change everything. The detectives stand ready to confront the darkness, armed with the truth and an unwavering commitment to justice. The detectives navigate through Jessica's social media, each click revealing more than she intended. They scrutinize her financial records, searching for anomalies hidden beneath a veneer of normalcy. A secret offshore account surfaces, its existence a carefully guarded secret. The account's discovery sends a ripple of shock through the room, its implications profound. Cryptic messages emerge, like breadcrumbs in a digital forest, beckoning the detectives deeper into the mystery. The messages hint at a hidden world, a secret life concealed beneath the surface. Each message is a piece of the puzzle, a clue waiting to be deciphered. The detectives follow the trail, each step leading them closer to the truth. Jessica works late, her face etched with anxiety under the harsh fluorescent lights. Shadows lengthen across her cluttered desk, mirroring the turmoil within. The rhythmic tap of a pen against files amplifies the tense silence. The shrill ringing of the phone shatters the stillness, signaling a looming threat. Detectives enter the dense woods, their presence a stark contrast to the serene surroundings. They move deeper, their eyes methodically scanning the undergrowth for any sign. A glint of color catches their attention. A discarded piece of clothing lies hidden among the leaves. The fabric seems familiar, a haunting echo of Jessica's last known attire. Under the sterile lights of the forensic lab, the scientist begins the meticulous analysis. Each thread tells a story, each stain holds a secret. As the tension in the lab thickens, the atmosphere crackles with anticipation as the scientist uncovers the shocking truth hidden within the fabric. The lab falls silent as the shocking results are revealed. Detectives gather around a whiteboard, a chaotic web of photos and maps. Red string links points of interest, a visual maze of potential connections. The room is filled with cigarette smoke and stale coffee, a testament to long hours. They sift through the evidence, their faces etched with unwavering focus. The truth reveals itself to be far more intricate than initially perceived. A heavy silence hangs in the air as Jessica and Mark face each other, their expressions betraying a storm of suppressed emotion. The room becomes a battleground of unspoken grievances and unresolved pain. A lamp crashes to the floor, shattering the fragile peace of the home. The sound of breaking glass punctuates the intensity of their struggle. Jessica seizes the opportunity, pushing Mark away with renewed force. Mark stumbles backward, momentarily disoriented by the sudden release. The air crackles with unspoken words, each glance a silent accusation. The confrontation reaches a fever pitch, emotions raw and exposed. Jessica's voice rises above the chaos, her words cutting through the tension. Mark's face crumples, his defenses crumbling under the weight of her words. The struggle subsides, leaving behind a wreckage of shattered emotions. The unspoken tension shatters, and a dramatic confrontation explodes between them. Silence descends, heavy and suffocating, as the aftermath settles in. The room stands as a stark reminder of the battle that has just been fought. The air is thick with unspoken regrets, lingering in the aftermath of the storm. Jessica turns away, unable to bear the weight of the moment any longer. Mark remains frozen, watching her retreat, his heart heavy with remorse. Voices escalate, filling the room with the raw intensity of their conflict. Gestures become more frantic, mirroring the escalating emotional turmoil. A struggle erupts, bodies colliding as the confrontation intensifies. Furniture shifts and objects fall, chaos mirroring the emotional wreckage. The conflict escalates, each movement charged with raw emotion. Jessica's eyes blaze with anger, her body tense with resistance. Mark's face is a mask of frustration as he struggles to maintain control. Detectives surround Mark, the stark light of the room amplifying the weight of their accusations. Detective One's voice cuts through the silence. "We know you were there, Mark. The evidence doesn't lie." Mark, overwhelmed, whispers, I didn't mean for it to happen." Detective 2 presses, his tone unwavering. "Tell us the truth, Mark. What really happened that night?" In a desperate attempt, Mark cries out, "It wasn't me who committed the crime. It was my twin brother." 2 detectives stand on the porch, their expressions grave as they face Sarah and Jessica's children. The air thickens with unspoken truths, each word a heavy weight. The detectives reveal the truth. The scene fades, obscuring the grim details. A knowing glance passes between the detectives. The glance hints at a deeper, more intricate reality. Jessica might still be alive. The circumstances are far more complex than initially believed.